Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, the Inquisition was officially reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order, with or without Chantry approval. The world has officially opened up to us. We can explore Haven. But first things first, we have some nice new weapons and armor. Yes, this is the, what is it? Like the DLC armor that you could get. And I do like these. These were the, what was it? Like Spoils of the Qun? Spoils of the Qunari? Something like that. And yes, the heavy armor of the dragon. I am going to have Aenor put this on. I like to think that maybe, it sounds weird to say that the Inquisition got sponsored by a blacksmith or something. I don't know, but I like to think that Josephine, who is a character that Aenor hasn't met yet, I like to think that maybe Josephine got in contact with, you know, some very talented blacksmiths and armorers and, you know, put something together that was, you know, befitting of the Herald of Andraste. And, you know, Aenor went into her quarters, found a letter saying, you know, please wear this. It gives a good impression for the Inquisition. So she's wearing it. She's not super comfortable with it. As I said, Aenor does not believe herself to be a chosen one by any stretch of the imagination. But if it makes people happy, then she'll wear it. And yes, we do have a very cool long sword. Great sword, rather. I am going to make that mistake. I am constantly going to be calling great swords long swords and vice versa. I'm not a big weapons buff. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Oh, God, she looks so fancy. She looks so damn fancy. Look at her. Now, we do have to report to Haven's Chantry. However, there is something very important that I have to do. Something extremely...
In the maker. Fire is her water. As the moth sees light and goes toward flame, she should see fire and go towards light.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. This must make Aenor so uncomfortable. She's not particularly anti... We heard that. She's not, like, super anti-Chantry. She's not like, oh, fuck up these priests, I hate them all. She's not like that in the slightest. She's just very uncomfortable with it. She's kind of standing there like, you people destroyed my people's culture and history and have really tried to wipe us out. But yeah, moth to a flame and all of that. I'm not going to tell you to shut up, because you've been telling us to shut up for centuries, and that would be rather hypocritical of me. But, like, just so uncomfortable. Yes, the golden nug.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs better horses. I heard Seeker Pentecost might try to acquire suitable mounts from Master Dennett in the hinterlands.
Oh, and who are you to be fishing around for what the higher-ups are doing?
Back in Angsburg, my uncle was 5th Praetor.
La-di-da.
What's that mean for you back in Arnsberg?
Honestly, about as much as it does here.
Mate, okay. Yes, this is the most important thing, the golden nug. So for anyone who is curious, I have played through Dragon Age Inquisition fully, including all of the DLCs, at least 8 times. Twice for each of my Inquisitors. I have 4. And there have been multiple playthroughs where I start maybe playing as Aenor, and then I get maybe like 5-6 hours in, and I'm like, you know, I'm not feeling Aenor. I want to play as Lyra. I start playing as Lyra. I'm not feeling this. I want to play Shale. Start playing Shale. No, Cass. Cass is the way to go. Play through Cass. Maybe Aenor. There have been multiple playthroughs where that has happened, and over the course of all of those hours, I have collected many, many many schematics. And I'm not going to lie, when my computer died, when the old computer died, I was very worried that the golden nug wouldn't transfer between computers. I was worried that it would only transfer between saves on a single unit. I wasn't really too sure how the golden nug operated. However, I am very pleased to say, yes, synchronized collectibles. Yes! Give me all of the shit! I hope that there's more. There's more? There should be more. Yep, there we go. There we go. This is gonna go for quite some time. So, I think... I know I have to report into Haven's Chantry. However, I think maybe giving Haven a little bit of an explore first, I think that could be quite useful. So we're gonna... Ooh, haven't heard this one.
All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be.
I think, like I said, Aenor, she's very uncomfortable with the chant. It's lovely. You know, I would imagine she's been to cities and, you know, at times when the chant is being sung, it's very lovely, but still, this is the thing that destroyed her culture. That is what it will always represent to her. Hello, Solus. Now then, this is... Okay, yes, this is this. Yeah, I'm gonna explore Haven first. No. Don't need that. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna explore Haven, then we're gonna continue on with the main mission, I think. So, first things first. The Apothecary. Find recipes through exploration or by visiting merchants. Visit an apothecary with herbs you gather in the wilderness to upgrade potions. Use the equip station to assign different potions to each of your party members and to replenish the potions you are carrying. Use the upgrade station to unlock permanent upgrades to your potions. Thank you kindly.
Secret Asked told me that he can't let the herbs go for anything less than 8.
Fine. We'll gather our own. Tell Segrid he better hope he doesn't need a salve anytime soon.
Hello, Adan.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
Have we met?
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making knows where, though. So, you're welcome.
Oh, well, thank you for that, then.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentecost seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
Yeah. This guy, he does seem a little bit... cranky is a way to put it. He doesn't exactly seem like your average healer.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are a few around who can help.
Ah, alchemist. That would explain things.
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
And, how do I order potions?
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
No. 1 second.
You're back. And in one piece.
I haven't gone anywhere, mate. Do you need any help?
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
Farewell.
I love this. This makes me so so happy seeing all of them pop up. I'm like, yes, I have done a lot of work. Thank you, game, for acknowledging that. And don't mind while I steal from you. I'm the Herald, apparently. Patient observations. Day 2. Pulse normal. Breathing normal. Still unresponsive. Careful drop feed of prep. Elfruit extract to hasten her recovery. A lot of thrashing. Mutters about too many eyes. Something about the grey? Encouraging? Yeah. Too many eyes? That is clearly in reference to the spider fuckers that were chasing us, but the grey... Equip potions, upgrade. I don't believe we should have... Oh no! Hey, yes! All of the potions. Thank you. I love the golden nug. The golden nug makes my heart sing. And upgrades, I believe, potion upgrading. You can upgrade potions you have already unlocked. To upgrade a potion, select a category, select potion, and then select upgrade. Potion upgrades require a significant amount of herbs to unlock. In return, they give permanent and significant bonuses to your potions. Yeah, the upgrades are really good. Where is it? Where's one of my favourite, the Jar of Bees. It is my favourite potion. I absolutely love this. Literally, every time I have an Inquisitor, I'm like, Jar of Bees. First thing I invest in, the Jar of Bees. Okie doke. Yeah, nothing else in here? Yeah, don't worry, Adan. If I can find Master Tajin's notes, I will let you know. A yoink. Hello, sir. Don't mind me. I'm just going into people's homes, stealing things. No, it's not a Dalish thing. How dare you insinuate that? The Randy Dowager Quarterly. A well-worn quarterly missive of suspect virtue. The Randy Dowager welcomes the cool of autumn with the fall of another. The collected Dreams of Desire being the confessions of an apprentice and training more furrowing than harrowing. Forbidden dalliances at their most spirited. The Randy Dowager. Exhibitions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says, enchanting. One supports the circles, if only because closed doors offer the imagination more. 3 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. RD. I find this hilarious. Because I think it's in one of the stories from Tevinter Nights. We learn who the Randy Dowager is. It's a pen name. It's a pen name of an author that we are all too familiar with. Because we helped him out in Haven. We helped out his leg. We got him up to the Temple of Sacred Ashes. That's right. The Randy Dowager is our dear old friend, Brother Genitivi. And I find that fucking hilarious. I'm like, you do you, Genitivi. You want to branch out into rating erotic novels. Good for you, sir. You do you. I'll speak to you later, Solus. I've got things to loot. Anything? Nothing at all, really? Huh. Okay. Clearly someone was like, the Herald will be by soon, and she might try and nick my shit. I'd better move it. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Yes, Elfruit, give. I can't believe that the schematics are still going. Like I said, I can't say how many hours I've put into this game, but like, it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
I heard some speak of using the Templars instead.
Oh. I suppose that would work as well.
I do find that interesting. I guess here's the thing, when you think of like, oh, sigils, you have found a sigil. Sigils can be attached to armors and give special bonuses along with unique hindrances. Gonna be honest, I don't really use sigils. I don't see the need to. Yeah, it's very obvious how the mages could help seal the breach. You know, they know magic. The breach is clearly magical in origin. You know, this all makes sense. But then when you think about the Templars, you know, they're guys with swords. How are they expected to fix a hole in the sky? I mean, I know the Grey Warden stabbed Fade Rifts, and that helped somehow, but, like, are they expecting the Templars to do the same? Out of character. I know, the logic is that Templars could use their abilities to weaken the breach. With the mages, it's that they're pouring magic into the mark. With the Templars, it's that they're weakening the breach so that we can get a stranglehold on it. Like, I just find the logic kind of intriguing. Okay, Thren.
If you're here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're her. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
Gotta love the casual racism. This really reminds me of, bloody hell, Ostagar. If you're playing a Dalish or City Elf, and you go to the Quartermaster there, he's, you know, like, Elf, where's that armor I asked you to clean? And why are you dressed so preposterously? And then you get the opportunity to tell him off, and it's very fun. Like I said, I do like the casual racism. That sounds horrible. I don't mean it in that way. I appreciate when fantasy settings don't shy away from those topics. I think we should face those topics. I don't think we should, like, hush it up and just, we will never speak of this again. If we forget, then all of the lessons we learned from the past are useless. People suffered for nothing. So I like when, you know, games have racism and then you can confront it and be like, no, this is bullshit. Stop that. I really appreciate that.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
And how did you end up here?
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under 10 Loghain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held that opinion. Queen Aenor offered my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
I'm glad you believe in him. No wonder you're unpopular. Loghain is a traitor. I really like the character of Thren. She's not in it much, but I really appreciate this. And I did see a couple of Let's Players who got really pissy with Thren, and I don't think it's deserved, because here's the thing. Yes, Loghain was a traitor. He betrayed Kaelan. However, he also saved countless lives. Because everyone acknowledges Ostagar was unwinnable. If Loghain had charged, it wasn't that Ostagar would have been won, it's that both armies would have died. Ferelden would have been in a much worse position if Loghain had just blindly followed the battle plan. And yet Loghain had ulterior motives. I'm not trying to say that Loghain was innocent and all of this Loghain hate, it's bullshit. No. Like, I get why people don't like Loghain. I like Loghain personally. I think he's a very interesting character. I like his motivations. I can understand why someone wouldn't. However, my argument is that he did save lives. But for Loghain doing what he did, the country would have ultimately been in a far more perilous situation, because both the king and the general's armies would have been lost. Now, what would Aenor think? Aenor's not even Ferelden. She's a marcher. Like, I don't think she really cares. This is, oh, Loghain did a thing. Cool, whatever. Didn't affect me in the slightest, so, whatever. There isn't really an option for I don't care about this long dead conflict, I guess. You know, it speaks well of you that you still have faith in your old commander, I guess.
Your loyalty to the man you served is admirable, Quartermaster.
Thank you. A lot of people seem to think they know what happened at Ostagar, but I was there. Tern Loghain never betrayed his king. If he'd brought the reinforcements, Darkspawn would have just killed everyone. He did what he had to do to save our country, and we betrayed him. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
Hey, it's okay. I mean, I agreed with the second part of that, the whole, like, if he'd have charged, then everyone would have died. He did betray the king. He did. He had ulterior motives. I like to imagine that Loghain probably did think this is an unwinnable fight. I'm not gonna lead my men into this bullshit. Like this, no. But at the same time, he had the ulterior motive of Eamon's whispering in his ear about divorcing Aenor. I know he's been fucking the maids. People are saying that Aenora's barren, also the while Cailan hasn't produced a bastard child, and Aenora's only sleeping with one person. Isn't that suspicious? Oh yeah, it's totally on Aenor. It's totally not on Cailan. God forbid we slag off the king's penis. And he wanted to bring in, like, Orlesians. Loghain has this, you know, terrible, terrible history with the Orlesians. Like, he had ulterior motives. Loghain's motivations, they're not black or white. They are shades of grey, and I really like that about him. Yeah, tell me about requisitions.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here, take a look. You find some iron and a good logging site. Maybe Varric can get our troops better weapons.
And how do I fill special orders?
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Okay, thank you.
Farewell.
Make a go with you.
Yeah, we have all the iron, we just need to find a logging stand. Okie doke. You don't have anything in you, okay.
Too many wounded. Not enough bandages to go around. Start tearing up shirts then. If the Inquisition can afford fancy new uniforms, it can afford bandages.
Hey, good for you. You do you, girl. Bandage up those wounds. Use whatever you have. And she's right. Who's getting these uniforms? One would assume it's Josephine, because, you know, she's the persuasive one. But still, you know, what does it matter that the Inquisition has these shiny new uniforms if its people are dying from infection? You know, I all can agree with that. Thank you kindly. And knock knock. Hello? Read. Patient observations, day 3. Less thrashing, some response to stimulus. Vitals seem solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. All this work to save her life. And will they just execute her? Will inform Lady Cassandra I expect her to wake before the morn. So, what is it with Aenor passing out in days of 3? It seems that there was 3 days in between the explosion and Aenor waking up in the dungeons. And then 3 days in between her sealing the breach and then waking up and finding out that everyone was calling her the Herald of Andraste for some reason. Very odd. And yes, this one. Andraste's Mabari. You know Andraste's old Mabari. He don't show up in the chant. And if you ask those holy sisters, well, they'll say Andraste can't have had some big old smelly war dog. But all Ferelden knows it right. Our sweet lady needed someone who would warm her feet at night. And there's Andraste's Mabari, by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, that dog, he guards Andraste, without arrogance or fear, only asking of his mistress just a scratch behind the ears. But then old Mafrafs gets to plotting, tries to lure that dog away. But even as they trap the prophet, her Mabari never strays. And there's Andraste's Mabari, by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, they thought the wounds had killed him, but then he limped out toward the fire, and Hessarian he shed a tear as that dog laid on the pyre. And there's Andraste's Mabari, by the holy prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Yes, that Mabari's the companion of the Maker's holy bride. A popular, if historically unlikely, Ferelden tavern song. Fuck you! How dare you! Andraste deserves a dog. The Inquisitor deserves a dog, and we don't have one, and it makes me sad. And now then, you know what? Go on then. How are you doing?
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be alive. I can barely keep up. This is all bullshit. I'm fine. Too many people died up there. Ooh. As I said, I do like to stick to either inquisitive or emotional. I'm drawn to too many people died up there. Here's the thing. I think that she can barely keep up. She's very confused by this whole matter, and I think she is rather scared on some level. Like, she's keeping control over it. She's not, I guess to say she's not pulling an Amelia. She's not becoming consumed by fear. It's more like, you know, when she goes to bed and she's like staring up at the ceiling and she's kind of like, oh God, what have I gotten myself into? Will I ever see my family again? Like, how are they doing? You know, is the breach affecting them? Are the rifts so far spread that they're having to deal with demons? Oh my God, well, I'd better get some sleep and we'll try and figure it out in the morning. That's kind of what she's doing. I said it before, I don't think she had ever seen so many people in one place. And then to learn they had all died. And then somehow she survived. Like, what? How? She's not anyone special. She's not even like I'm a mighty warrior and I fought my way out. Like, no, there are better fighters out there. Aenor would be the first person to admit that. She is self-taught. She never really had anyone to properly teach her how to use a greatsword. So it's not even like she's this amazing warrior who somehow fought the explosion. Like, she is just some nobody. And so many people more important than her died. And I do think that would take a toll. I don't think she really knows how to process it.
I don't even want to think about how many lives were lost on that mountaintop.
A lot of good men and women didn't make it out of there. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and Maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
Yeah, why did you stay? you were a prisoner, according to you. You could have left after all of this. So, yeah, why stay?
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I was fortunate it hasn't sunk in yet. We need to close the breach. Yeah, I don't think it's properly sunk in yet. I think at some point in the future, I think she's gonna wake up in a cold sweat like a holy shit, how am I still alive?
I'm still not sure I believe any of this is really happening.
If this is all just the Maker winding us up, I hope there's a damn good punchline coming. You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
That we are. That we are. And I don't see a miracle anywhere. Oh, something he said that you might...
Heed the chant of light.
Only
the word dispels the darkness upon us.
Something he said there you might want to consider... What? Huh? I saw that. Something he said...
Only the word. Sing only the chant.
Guys.
Then the golden city is thine.
I'ma pause so you hoes can't keep interrupting me. Okay, what I'm trying to say, you might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I wonder if that's something Varric wishes he had said to Hawke. And he didn't. You know, Varric kept hanging around and encouraging them to go on all of these wild adventures, and Hawke's life really did get turned upside down. And that's... I'm not just speaking about my own Hawke. I think it's very clear that Varric feels responsible for Hawke's life going to shit. No matter what happens, no matter how you play your Hawke, Varric clearly feels very responsible for everything that happened to them. And I wonder if maybe that's advice that he's like, oh, I wish I'd said that to them. And I didn't. And here I see this new youngster appears, and, you know, maybe I couldn't really save Hawke, but maybe I can save this one, so I'm going to encourage them to go. I find that very interesting. Now then, hello?
Researcher Minay wishes to use some inexpensive spirits.
The mages, the Templars.
She wishes to light creature's corpse on fire to determine whether it is specifically vulnerable to heat.
Oh.
That's for certain.
I'm like, there's so much going on in here. Okay, you know what? I am going to end this episode off right here. In the next one, we continue exploring Haven. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.
We're hiding from the fighting, longing to see. We're waiting for someone.